It's a Monday in May, and we're having water cooler talk about a NASCAR race. This isn't really anything that's new for NASCAR fans, but overall, NASCAR fans are not the only ones talking about this race. With the pandemic lockdown still keeping most sports down and out, it means that NASCAR was the only thing that people had to watch yesterday. This is huge for everyone involved, and for the first time in a long time, NASCAR is culturally a relevant event. This can be split up into three specific sections or groups of people you can talk about with it. Individual people or groups, NASCAR itself, and the culture as a whole. With these, we'll work our way up from smallest group to the largest overall culture. When we look at individual people, NASCAR coming back affects many in way different ways. For fans like myself, the race offered a relief from everything. I likened it to waking up on Christmas morning. You know something great is coming, but you don't know what exactly the details of it are. While iRacing was a great substitute for the real deal, it can never fill the void that really an excellent broadcast can, like the one that Fox gave us. Millions upon millions of diehard fans got to have their racing fix for the first time in months. In that regard, this race will always be memorable as a big NASCAR historical landmark in time. But making your base happy does not make your event one of the potentially most important events ever. Another big piece of this puzzle is NASCAR itself. While organizations like the MLB, NBA, and NCAA are sidelined, many sports networks have been desperate for live content. Both the networks and the organizations have been bleeding money like much of the rest of the participants in the economy. Running the races, even without fans in attendance, is still a way to get the organization some much-needed dollars. This also is good for NASCAR in another way: exposure. As stated earlier, NASCAR is the only major sports league that's back. This will lead to an abundance of exposure to audiences that NASCAR had not previously been open to in the sport. From the get-go, NASCAR was adamant about resuming the racing action, and in this sense, it really has paid off. If they end up getting a huge ratings win, then NASCAR execs will look like absolute geniuses when all of this is said and done. But once again, while helping the larger organization is a big moment, it doesn't make even close to one of, if not the most important NASCAR races of all time. That instead comes from the larger cultural aspect of this broadcast. As I stated earlier, NASCAR is the first true major sports league that is to return to action. This moment can open people up to the sport in mass numbers. Darlington itself was a very good race, and it had a good amount of passing, cautions, and unpredictability. These all making it great for an introductory race to the sport. For all we know, this outbreak could have ended up sparking a mini NASCAR renaissance. But on the broader aspect, this race is a pinpoint in the cultural battle to get back to normalcy. While the UFC, as well as lesser sports organizations, have been back before NASCAR, NASCAR was the first major league to return. The first one that is known in the mainstream lexicon, while also being easily accessible on TV. It is the first step in bringing all sports and normalcy back. Was it a normal race day? Hell no. But it is the first live sporting event on TV that really felt like everyone was watching it as a cultural event. Looking on Twitter, for instance, hashtag NASCAR is back was trending #1 for at least 6 hours on Sunday. This moment was so big that the leaders of other sports leagues like the NBA had called NASCAR President Steve Phelps to wish him good luck and that they were leading the way. One of the heads of Fox Sports even claimed that it was the most important sporting event he had ever covered in his life. NASCAR, for the first time in 15 plus years, has been ahead of the curve and partially led the sports and total world with it. They've set the bar that every other league must now get over, and is only setting up for more. It may not have been having the flair of the 2001 Atlanta race or the emotion of Dale Jr.'s 2001 Pepsi 400 victory, but it did strike the chords of many and more still to come. So now I want to pass all of this to you. If you're a fan, how do you think this race compares in importance to any other? For new and returning fans, I want to ask you your thoughts on the sport now. Let me know down in the comments below. And while you're at it, leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more great NASCAR content. And until next time, have a good one.